I think we're good. Let's see. All right. I think we're back. We'll see if that holds. I hope that holds. All right. Let me push this back here. Probably gonna have another ad break. All right. Oh, of course it didn't hold. Well, not much I can do, I guess. We'll just be suffering through the low bit rate. It is what it is. Okay, I really can't wait to move so I can get rid of this dumb internet. All right. I think we're good. We are gonna have an ad break, I guess, in a bit. Wish I could turn those off for a little bit. I wish I could control them based off of how much pre-roll off is left. Hello, Gare. Yeah, I had to reboot my modem, so I guess I didn't have to. It didn't matter, but we'll see. The internet where I have is so inconsistent, and it's not fun to stream with. And I just can't wait to move. Mambo. Thank you for the random mambo. How are you doing, Gare? We're gonna be playing some more Cabin Fever today. Oh, and there's our ad break. I'll try to talk for a little bit. Maybe I'll sit on the other screen. We'll sit on the thing. Let's go over there. Oh, we have to click on it for it to show up. There we go. The downside of using not studio mode is that I have to click on the game. Not bad, not great, but good. Well, that's good to hear at least. That's good. At least it's not bad. It's the best we can hope for sometimes. I'm excited to finish this. I am actually genuinely interested to see how the story is going to end. And cool news. Now, this is not going to be the next game. The next game I play on Monday will be Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. Going to continue on with the series, but I didn't know, but Sad Panda Studios released another game October for Halloween, like October 10th. Dude, I follow like all their social media accounts. I follow them on Steam. They just didn't announce anything. I was like, what do you mean? So they released a horror themed dating sim. So it's like you're dating a bunch of monsters and stuff, which is very, very Sad Panda. And I'm so excited. I don't know when I'm gonna play that. I guess I should wait a full year for October, but I don't know if I want to wait that long. But that is definitely something I will be playing in the future. The new Sad Panda game. I'm so happy that they're making more visual novels. Like I really like Cabin Fever so far. Hush Hush was like one of my favorite visual novels that of all time. And I'm excited to try this new one. It's called Soulmates. Emphasis on souls because they're like ghouls and goblins and stuff, so that's gonna be pretty fun. But yeah, definitely not sure when I'm gonna play that game, but the next Sad Panda game, it is on the docket. I'm so excited, so excited. But yeah, that's the plan. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. I was just talking about the most recent Sad Panda game. They released a new one about 2 months ago that I didn't know. It's a Halloween themed, so we're going to be playing it sometime in the future. Trying to print the Curious Village Main theme. Ooh, gonna be a fun idea for you. Yeah, that'll be fun. Love Curious Village. That's a good one. I mean, they're all great. They're all great. I don't know if I could... No, I think I already talked about it. My favorite would probably be the crossover between them and Ace Attorney. But they're all great. And I can't wait to play the next trilogy. I'm so excited. I've been itching for a Professor Layton game, so I'll be excited once we beat this here. Hopefully we can beat this tonight. I'm assuming today will be the finale. If not, then it should definitely be next stream. We gotta be getting close to the end. Like, all the people I looked at were, you know, 3 to 4 hours, which obviously I have to probably double when I stream. Excuse me. But I'm assuming, I hope those people finished it all, but we'll see. But anyway, now that we're back from ads and the internet is maybe slightly stable, it doesn't look like it's gonna be stable. Let's go ahead and keep going. So last we left off, oh yeah. So Mallory, we talked about her traumas. We lost our dog to a bear, and that's why we put up bear traps. And Mallory lost her mom to the disease, and it was just her and her older sister who lived together after that. And then her older sister got symptoms. Whoa, it's a Nabi. Hello. Hi everyone. Hello. Welcome to the plane. My name is Ito Amirli. I'm a jazz singer from the future. I play video games. I just invented that intro off the top of my head because I don't have an intro. So maybe I'll add this part that I'm explaining right now to my intro in the future, but then it won't be true anymore because I will have it written down. But anyway, hello Nabi, hello Raiders, how is everyone doing? What were you playing? Hello Mushiki? That sounds like Fushigi. Does anyone remember the Fushigi? So that was a time to be alive. Hello team, welcome on in, and hello Nabi. You were playing Dead by Daylight. How was the Dead by Daylight? I hope that was going good. Hello Place to Sleep. I remember that. Yes, the magic ball. Yes, we all remember the Fushigi. That truly was a time to be alive. Thank you for the follow, Nabi. I appreciate it. And if you need to run away forever, that's okay. I don't have to follow. I've been following. No worries. No worries. The streaming, you know, the good old streaming talk if you need to go take a nap. I understand. It's a Maria. Hello. I had a friend who got one. I never had the chance to get one, but I really wanted one. How is everyone doing? I am doing okay. We're just about to get into Cabin Fever. We're about to finish this. So welcome to the finale of Cabin Fever. I'll do a really quick synopsis of Cabin Fever for all the new people here. But Cabin Fever is a visual novel made by the guys who made Crush Crush, Blush Blush. You know, those like idol anime games. This is their first visual novel, and it came out literally during the pandemic. It is very much a pandemic game, and also an environmentalist game, like surprising a lot of information about how to live off the land and being eco-friendly. I'm genuinely surprised at how much eco-friendly propaganda, not propaganda, more like educational information there is, which is really cool. But basically, there's a big pandemic, everyone has to social distance, but we're a programmer who lives out in the woods, so we get tons of money from government contracts. And then this girl here, Mallory, stumbles upon our cabin, and she's out all alone in the wilderness, and so we let her join our cabin. And we had a good trauma dump session last time, where we dumped our trauma, she dumped her trauma. But it's a really cute game. I really, really like it. And we're just about to get back into that. 9 months of living in Michigan. Or no, Minnesota? MN? Is MN Minnesota? What is MN? DVD was so as the as always. Well, I hope you had a little bit of fun at least. I saw M and I assumed Michigan. All right, I saw M and I was like, the first M state that comes to mind is Michigan. I don't know why. I don't have any biases towards any states. I just assumed Michigan for whatever reason. And then the N made me question. But I assume MN is Minnesota. MN state. It is Minnesota. Minnesota. Minestrone. Minestrone. Welcome to Minestrone. My favorite state. Oh man, what am I doing? I am so tired. Alright. As a Michigan troll, I'm offended. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just bad. Minnesota. Yeah. Mini snow day. Snow day. I love snow days. Because then I don't have to go into work. You know what's worse though? At where I work, if it's like a 2-hour delay, I still have to go in. But none of the faculty and staff do, but I have to go in early. Obviously they're like, you know, they don't want me to like crash and die, but I don't get that 2 hours. I still have to go in. I'm like, come on, man. Everyone else gets to stay home but me. But it's still nice. I do get snow days off, so we haven't had one yet, but we're getting pretty close. We're getting a lot of snow. We're getting like a really early snow this year. Are you snow tired? I'm very snow tired. Also, we use all season tires, so I don't need them, but I get the joke you're saying. I get the joke. All right. Well, I hope everyone had a good time over at Nabi stream. I will try to be entertaining, but no promises. No promises. We are gonna get back into this here. Luckily you didn't miss much. I literally had just started. I had to reboot my modem, so I had to restart stream, so I've just been yapping for a little bit. But we are gonna get back in. Literally last time we found out about our trauma. How did we get lost in the woods, or how we got out here, and we also learned about how Mallory got, or ended up stumbling into a bear trap outside of our cabin. I would explain, but I'm sure it'll come up in the story here. So I believe I ended the stream. I ended the stream on a cliffhanger, because Mallory was afraid of the lightning, and we woke up and she like sleeps down on the sofa downstairs, and we heard a crack of lightning, and now suddenly she's in our bed because she's scared of lightning. So I ended on a bit of a cliffhanger. Saw something cute and I was like, I'm gonna make you all wait. Joy lurking. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, let's see how we can comfort the Mallory. All right, let me let me read the history. What did I say? Oh, thank you for the sub, Maria, for the 8 months. So many months. I appreciate it. Now she's snuggling with us, stealing our cover, which is a crime against humanity. Yes, yes. All right, so it looks like we had already gotten past that. What did she say? Oh, yeah. She said, I want to stay with you. Here we go.
I want to stay with you.
I heard that line and I was like, I'm ending the stream because I want It's so cool. So yeah, she was scared and now she was like, I'm too scared. I want to stay with you. And so now we have to decide, are we going to date her? Are we going to... I'm concerned. I'm not concerned. I will show her how I feel. I'm happy. The sentence is death in my household. Which one? Oh, stealing covers? All right, I will show you how I feel, please. Slowly, I leaned and brushed my lips against hers. Oh. Okay. I didn't get that from her. Because we said goodnight and we found her because she was scared. I don't like thunder. I'm scared. I don't want to sleep alone. It's okay. Yeah, it sounded like she was like... I feel like we totally... Granted, I feel like she is in all sense. I think she is into us. But she definitely like... She's definitely like... Am I reading this wrong? She's like, I'm sorry, I lied. I'm not fine. I don't like thunder. I get scared. And then she's like, I don't want to sleep alone tonight because she's scared. I want to stay with you because she's scared, right? This isn't like... This isn't her confessing. Like, this is her being scared. I feel like kissing her is definitely the wrong... I think she's okay with it, but I think this is the wrong time. Maybe that's why it said hold back, it's too soon. That's probably why. Anyway, yes, we are going right to smooching. I think we did hold hands at one point. Hello, voice. How are you doing? Oh, did you get it? No, you got the fake out. What? Why can't I get... Oh my gosh, it's broken again. I can't tab in voice's name. Am I typing your name in wrong? One day I'll get it, voice. Is Mambo showing up on the screen? Oh, wait, did I not add Mambo to this scene? I don't think Mambo is showing up. Wait, she is? Okay. Oh, there she is. Okay, good. I wasn't like fully paying attention. I wanted to make sure the Mambo was there. How are you doing, voice? Welcome on in. We just fully committed. We committed to the kiss. And we're about to find out if she's cool with this. Because I feel like this was really poor timing on our part. So, let's see what happens. Slowly, I leaned in and brushed my lips against hers. A moment later, she kissed me back. Okay, so she's cool with it. If she ain't cool, MC's getting arrested. I mean, if anything, she broke into my house. If we're gonna play that card, she broke into my property. So, I mean, I don't really know where to go with that. I thought that was a smart way, but then I was like, well, where do I go with that? Because I don't think you're allowed to kiss someone who breaks into your house. It's probably still not great. And maybe there's a law against having bear traps outside your house. Might be a crime. It depends on where we live. We looked at each other again, and my arms tightened around her. I want you to stay with me too. Oh, cool. So we're just not scared anymore. She shifted closer to me, resting her head on the pillow next to mine. She sniffled and gave me a soft smile as I stroked her hair.
Thank you for everything.
You're welcome.
You make me feel so safe.
Yay. I watched Mallory's eyes fall shut. Her breathing became deep and slow, and though she'd fallen asleep, that little smile never faded. I kept stroking her hair. It felt so soft between my fingers. I was hypnotized. Wow, we're really starting off right in the heat of the moment. I didn't realize that the cliffhanger would really just chuck us back in. My heart is immediately pounding, and I'm like 2 minutes into reading this. Yeah, he knew. He knew this whole time. How had I lived alone for so long? How had I not known what I was missing? As the storm gradually retreated and the night grew darker and quieter, I struggled to keep my eyes open. Maybe I was a little afraid that I let myself fall asleep. I'd wake up and find that this was all a dream, but eventually I fell asleep anyway. Well, now we're together. Chapter 7. Integration! Oh no. I don't want to integrate. The next morning I awoke to the sound of rain softly pelting the windows. The storm had passed, leaving only a damp, drizzly day behind. I kept my eyes closed and listened. I could hear the faint sound of rain dripping from the downspout along the house. I stretched out my arms. The bed around me was empty and cold. Mallory was gone, but I knew she had been there because I could still feel her on my skin. The cabin felt extra chilly. I got out of bed, dressed up warm, pulling on a pair of worn-out slippers. I'd made my way downstairs. Oh, did she run away? No! Come on, man! Oh, okay, no, she's in the kitchen. I was like, no, man! You can't run away immediately! Now we got mononucleosis. Yes, that's the one thing, is I feel like she was coughing. So I feel like whatever it is, she's infected at least. Maybe I'm not, but maybe I will be. I am now. But you know what? If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die with her. It'll be fine. It'll be worth it, right? Who am I living for here? That's a really dark thought. I didn't mean it like that. Right away, I spotted Mallory in the kitchen, and I felt my face break into a smile. She had a bucket and a bunch of rags out. It seemed like she was cleaning quite furiously with a cloth and a spray bottle in hand. Good morning. Oh, voice crack. She startled upright, fumbling and dropping the spray bottle. It clattered on the floor at her feet.
You scared me.
Oh, music loud again. Sorry. I guess these slippers add +1 to my sneak ability. Bad joke. Mallory bent to pick up the bottle. When she stood back up, I noticed how red her cheeks were, and the rest of her face looked almost sickly pale. Are you feeling okay? She quickly averted her gaze.
I'm fine. I just got dizzy from standing up so quickly.
Is the music is so loud. Hold on. There we go. 1 week till summertime. Yeah, 1 week till summer in the dead of winter, because that's how it works. I didn't notice, or I didn't think I really believed her. She was feeling awkward, maybe even hiding something. Had I done something to make her uncomfortable? No, she has the virus. I looked around at the sparkling kitchen, the cabinets, appliances, and dishes all gleaming like new. You must have woken up really early to get this much work done. Did you get enough sleep?
What's that? Oh, yes I did.
Then her face softened and her tone turned sincere.
I think last night was the best sleep I've ever had.
My heart fluttered with the acknowledgement and with a memory of falling asleep with her in my arms. She's like, oh yeah, I did that. I forgot. Good. I agree. She nodded and turned back to finish up her chores in the kitchen. I decided to check in with work stuff, so I booted up my computer. There were only a handful of emails needing attention. I handled those and glanced through my work deadlines, making sure that I was still on track with each of my freelance jobs. For whatever reason, I wasn't finding it easy to focus. I kept glancing out the window, then zoning out as I watched the dribbling rain. It really showed no signs of stopping. I noticed an empty glass I'd left on the table outside and was filled to the brim with rainwater. Soaked wooden planks on the deck looked like caramel. Oh my gosh. My brain is breaking every 5 seconds. I thought about the coming winter. I'd have to show Mallory how to protect the garden and the hens and the bees when the colder weather came. And then there were all the fun things you could do together. I wondered if she'd gone tobogganing before, or had a bonfire out in the snow. If I could find somewhere online to buy marshmallows and ordered them right away, they might be dropped off sometime in the winter. Wait, how long is the delivery? Didn't they say they use drone technology for deliveries? I thought they said that. I could be wrong. What do you mean sometime in the winter? There came a sudden clatter and a thud from the kitchen. I jumped nearly knocking my coffee mug off the desk. Well, that's not good. Mallory? She didn't answer. I stood up quickly and walking over to see what happened. My throat tightened when I looked past the counter. Mallory lay on the floor, her cheeks red and beads of sweat gleaming on her forehead. Her eyes were closed, her head gently lolling to the side. Lol. Probably a bad time for a lol joke, but you know, it is what it is. Mallory! I rushed to her side, dropping to my knees and propping her up in my arms. The touch of her skin was warm on my hands. She was burning up. A groan left her lips, and her eyes fluttered open. Mallory, are you okay?
Hey there. Why are we on the floor?
I think she's sick. Guys, I think she has it. Oh no. Her gaze seemed to drift past me, as though she was having a hard time focusing. You must have fainted. I knew something wasn't right. Why didn't you tell me?
I'm fine. It was just a sudden dizzy spell. I haven't eaten breakfast, that's probably it.
Yeah, you don't faint though. I could feel her body starting to tremble. Her skin felt fever hot, and there were goosebumps on her arms and legs. Did we have it? I don't think so. Unless, oh wait, what if I'm a carrier? I don't think it was, because I'm pretty sure we heard her coughing, and granted, obviously coughing doesn't necessarily, but in this game, when you hear coughing, it's probably, you know, symbolic or whatever. I think she coughed the day after, or the morning after. So, I mean, maybe he could be a carrier, which would be a crazy twist. I think she had it before she left, though. I could be wrong. But we don't know that. We don't know. My only instinct now was to make sure she was okay. I lifted her up off the floor.
Oh my, what are you doing? Ew, put me down!
You're dying. I quickly carried her over to the couch and put her down there. I covered her in blankets and tucked her in tightly, my face set with grim determination. I brushed her hair back to feel for her forehead and ignored the anxious way my stomach clenched. I darted back into the kitchen, grabbed the temperature scanner from the drawer and returned to Mallory's side.
Honestly, I'm fine. I probably just overworked myself.
Not buying it. I held up the scanner. It seemed to take forever and ever to come up with a reading. When it did, my heart sank. You definitely have a fever. Mallory seemed to shrink under the blankets. Seeing her like this, looking so helpless and uncertain, made my heart feel like it was being painfully squeezed. Is it your leg? Let me look at it. Maybe you developed an infection? When did you start feeling sick? This morning? We can get your temperature in control with some aspirin. No worries, and then we'll go from there. I didn't know when I had started to pace, but there I was, heading this way and that, making my way over to the kitchen to search for whatever it was that I could help her. I filled a glass with water and reached up into my cupboards for an aspirin bottle, grateful to have kept a supply. That's what we bought. We bought aspirin. We brought a different supply of aspirin, and we bought a first aid kit. I think there was something else we bought, and I think it showed up. So I don't know why he's saying it won't show up till winter. Except it wasn't there. Where was it? Had I misplaced it? Maybe Mallory put it somewhere else by mistake? Brought her the glass of water anyway, and used the damp cloth to cool her forehead. Shh, just relax. Let me take care of you for a minute, okay? She opened her mouth to argue, but backed down when she saw the look in my eyes. I moved her feet and pushed back the blanket to expose her injured leg. I carefully unwrapped the gauze and peeled back the bandages to see what was going on. There was bruising around the wound, and it was still a bit swollen, but then it had only been a few days. The healing process for something like this would take weeks. I should be keeping a closer eye on this. I shook my head. Drink your water, okay? And you should have something to eat. What would you like?
I'm not really hungry. I just feel a bit tired. I'm sure I'll feel good as new if I just have a little nap.
Man. Yeah, we all gotta hydrate. Thank you, Gare. I let out a concerned sigh, but agreed. After tucking her in a little tighter, I crossed back into the kitchen and stood there aimlessly for a minute or two. I didn't know what to do. Make her a pot of soup, said my brain. Good idea, brain, I thought. Stupid. Carrots, onion, celery, potatoes. Potatoes? Oh no, of course I don't have potatoes. Muttered to myself as I searched the kitchen for ingredients, then began roughly chopping what I had. There was some rice in the pantry, I knew, and some peas in the freezer. Soon I was tipping my soup ingredients into the pot with a shower of salt and dried parsley. Covered it all with a stock. Why is it so descriptive? I feel like this is not the time to be descriptive about the soup you're making. I don't really know where we're going with this. I covered it all with a stock I'd made from chicken bones and veggie scraps, then set it to simmer. When I crept back over to check on Mallory, I found her deeply asleep. I exchanged the damp cloth on her forehead and piled more blankets around her, then just sat and watched her, feeling dismayed. Yes, time to make it. Yes, this is actually just, yeah, I have to make it for immersion so I can smell it. Everyone make the soup so you can smell, so you can feel like you're there. Greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes. Is that the, boil 'em, mash 'em, sticking in the stew song? Is that the Hobbits to Isengard song? That's the only thing I can think of. Deep down, I knew that this could be. I didn't want to think about that, and if I did think about it, I didn't want to believe it. And even if every reason to believe it, if I had every reason to believe it, no. I stood up and returned to the kitchen, and gave the bubbling soup a stir, and remembered the aspirin. I started to search for it again, checking each of the drawers and cabinets. I searched in the bathroom and the living rooms, and even getting down on my knees to see if it had rolled beneath some furniture. That's when I spotted it, hidden beneath the couch where Mallory was resting. Oh, she's already been taking it. She's been... You can't... She's probably just been taking it to dull her symptoms this whole time. I reached under the couch and grabbed the bottle. A feeling of immense dread began to form within me. Already I could tell by the weight of the bottle was silence, and the silence as I turned it. But I had to see it to believe it. I popped off the cap and looked inside. The bottle was empty. At least 20 and maybe 30 tablets gone in less than a week? It's a gospel unofficial Thanksgiving theme song? What? I've never heard that. I want to look that up now. That sounds hilarious. I looked up at Mallory's sleeping face. I jumped at a loud thwack at the window. Irrationally, I wondered if someone had thrown a rock. It's more likely a bird that flown into the glass, especially considering how clean it had been since Mallory came to stay. I went to the window to check. Sure enough, a large black bird lay dead on the porch. It appears to have snapped its neck and hit the window. Oh man. Save it, it's a jam. Okay. I'll have to look it up. I will check it out. Well, that's dark. Dead bird. That's usually not a good sign, right? Isn't that like an omen? Like a dead blackbird? Pretty sure that symbolizes something. Mallory would hate to see that. Glanced back at her, a little worried I'd wake her up by talking to myself. But even if the loud noise of the bird hitting the window hadn't caused her to stir. Very ominous indeed. In that moment, I realized I was still clutching the empty aspirin bottle. I looked down at it. She must have been taking them in secret. Why? For the pain in her leg or some other ailment? Amenuos. I read that right the first time. I didn't even realize that was spelled wrong, so could have fooled me. An overwhelming sense of frustration washed over me in that moment, and without thinking, my hands squeezed the bottle so tightly that it broke. Those are plastic bottles, though. How did you squeeze one of those medicine bottles? How strong is this guy? This guy is a freak of nature. You can't crush a medicine bottle with your bare hand. That's some reinforced plastic, dude. I threw the broken bottle in the trash and stormed outside to deal with the dead bird's body. It wasn't until evening that Mallory woke up. She started coughing right away. She sat up, clutching the blankets close to herself.
Huh? What time is it?
What about What about with his bare hand? I see. I see. Well, we're... sure. Sure. I'll let you have that one, I guess. Go get up. At least not so fast. Let me help you. I stood in the kitchen, tending to the soup that had been keeping warm for hours. Lambo. Mallory looked around groggily, rubbing her eyes.
But it's nighttime. Why did you let me sleep so long? I only wanted to rest for an hour or so.
That's not what your body wanted. I'm glad you got some rest anyway. It's clearly much needed. Though I told her not to move yet, she bundled the blankets around her and made her way over to the kitchen.
Hi.
Man, even though you're dying, you are still pretty. Probably the stupidest thing I've ever said, but she is pretty. She leaned against the support beam. Her cheeks were still red. Her eyelids looked heavy. The way she wrapped the blanket around herself made her resemble a colorful turtle. A what? With long, slender arms poking out to hold onto the beam. Not really a description I would have gone with. A colorful turtle? I don't see it. Out of all the animals to be, I guess maybe because she's bundled up in like a shell of blankets. I guess maybe I see it. I don't know. That was a silly one. How do you feel? Gotta slay before you're slayed. Oh yeah.
My muscles are a bit achy, but I don't feel cold anymore. I think all the blankets you piled on top of me helped.
I nodded and turned my attention back to the stove. I wanted to ask about the aspirin, but I was nervous.
Wait, are you cooking?
She steps towards me to try to peer into the pot, then wobbled and had to return to the support beam. It looked as though she barely had any strength to stand. I bit my tongue, not wanting to be overbearing. I'd get her to sit back down by offering her some food. I am. Just, it's ready to eat now. Go have a seat and I'll bring you a bowl. I half expected her to argue, to insist she could get her own bowl, or that I should wait while she served me, but instead she just backed away and went to sit at the table.
It looks really good. Thank you for making it.
My pleasure. I bet you had no cooking. What? Oh, I bet you thought... I didn't see the I. You thought I thought it said, I bet you had no cooking skills. I was like, wait, what? That's a crazy thing to say. Okay, I can't read. I bet you thought I had no cooking skills. Well, it's finally my time to shine. She laughed half-heartedly.
I look forward to seeing what you're capable of, Cooking Senpai.
Okay. Okay, that's enough. She folded her blanket neatly on the chair, over the chair beside her, and placed her arms on the table to form a pillow with her head. For her head. She sat with her head down until I set the bowl of soup beside her.
Oh, that looks so wonderful.
She leaned over the steaming bowl with her eyes closed, holding back her hair as she breathed in slowly. I used lots of spices. They make all the difference when flavoring a dish. I hate the denial that we're all in. We're just kind of ignoring the fact that she's dying. Man. I gave her a little wink and she smiled.
Bon appetit.
We both raised the steeping spoonfuls of soup, blowing on them softly. Only Mallory's exhaustion turned raspy and hitched and started to cough. She dropped her spoon back into the bowl and held a hand to her throat. She drew a deep breath, looking dismayed.
I'm so sorry.
Too spicy? Oh man, the denial, the copium, man. The copium is real. Poor guy.
No, I can't. I don't know why.
Oh man. Mallory tried her best to stifle the coughs with little success. A nervous laugh came out of my mouth. Oh my god, dude. I mean, I get it. I get that he's in the biggest denial of his life right now. That's crazy, man. Those autumn allergies are so annoying, am I right? Oh my god, man. She didn't answer. She was just breathing very slowly, focusing very hard on bringing a spoonful of soup to her mouth. She slurped it, and honestly, she looked like she wanted to throw up. That bad?
No, Oh
my god, I'm gonna cry, man. she was racked with another coughing fit. Her chest seemed to rattle with each breath. Couldn't stand seeing her like this. I went to her, rubbing her back as I pushed a glass of water into her hands. Here, drink some. She nodded and clutched the glass hard, trying her best to drink while her chest heaved. A minute later, God, I didn't realize, I really thought it would be like, oh, look, we're gonna have silly, you know, romance. And they just went, no, actually, she's gonna die right now. That's the real cliffhanger, the real cliffhanger and a twist. You'll love to see it. And now I feel sad. A minute later, after she managed to take a few sips, she was able to breathe a little more easily.
I'm so sorry. I can't seem to stop.
You don't have to be sorry. Tears began to roll down her face. They splashed into the table and into her neglected soup bowl.
What if?
Shh. No. Shh. Copium. Please. More tears dripped from her eyes. More coughs rattled in her chest. You don't have to worry. Everything will be okay. All you need to do is rest and let me take care of you. This will pass.
I think I maybe just want to lie down.
Oh, man. Okay, I'll help you get upstairs to the bed. You'll be extra comfy there. She gave a small nod. Her eyes were puffy and red, and she gathered the blankets in her arms. We headed for the stairs, and I walked with her, taking the steps one at a time, holding her in case she lost her strength. Her skin felt even hotter, burning me through her sleeve. So wait, why was he covering her with blankets if her skin was burning? That would be like her face, right? She needed a fever reducer, that was certain. Made a mental note to check when the new bottle of aspirin I'd ordered would arrive. Okay, so it had not arrived yet. Okay. Once we made it to the upper floor, Mallory pushed me away and started coughing into her blankets, doubling over and trying to muffle the sound of her pain.
Archaeology involve kidnapping young women?
We're saving this young woman. Totally. She's definitely not gonna die. Big copium, it's just the cold. It's just the allergies. It's fine. How are you doing, Ronan? Thank you for the hydration. Unfortunately, Mallory is not doing so good, but we're coping through it. Coping through it all. I unfurled the bed covers and helped her climb in. Straightened out her collection of blankets and pulling all the covers up over her.
All these blankets are so heavy. I can barely move.
Good. That means you're tucked in safe and sound. I brushed her hair back, tracing the side of her burning face with my fingertips. I'm gonna get you some water and things, and I'll be back, okay? Why do I feel like she's not gonna be with us when we're back upstairs? I don't know if she's gonna be there. Oh, I'm so scared, man. I hurried back downstairs and started loading up the tray with water, a few damp face cloths, and an uneaten bowl of soup. I wanted her to have it right beside her the minute she had an appetite. Just coping, even though I would call poison control hours sooner with him. Well, that's the thing, is like when her mom had the virus, they called, well, you know, they called the ambulance or whatever, but it's just too many people. They just couldn't get to her in time. So, especially because we live all the way out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I think it took them months to get to her house, and she died like a week before they got to the house. It was pretty rough. So yeah, like I said, this is technically post-apocalyptic somehow. Then it hit me. My mother used to talk about healing properties of basil and garlic. Couldn't quite recall the specifics, but it was something, and I had both of those ingredients in my own home. I rushed over to the kitchen to fill a kettle with water. With what was coming up to boil, while that was coming up to boil, I darted into the aquaponics room. Nothing a four-wheel drive can't handle. That is true. The four medium-sized basil plants sitting happily under their grow lights, waiting for me to harvest their emerald petals. In that moment, My heart inflated twice its size, full of joy that I might be able to do something to help soothe Mallory's pain. I plucked a handful of leaves from all the basil plants. Basil? Which were different strains, but I didn't think it would matter. Next, I dug out some garlic and extracted the homemade jar of honey that was sitting on the back of the shelf. Looking around all the plants and fish, I did one last scan in case there was anything else I could use. On impulse, I spotted a bright red hibiscus in bloom and plucked it. The lone flower had an unusually bright color amongst the other dark leafy greens. Dashing back to the kitchen, I added garlic, basil, and honey to boiling water. The concoction probably wouldn't taste very good, but it would help soothe her throat and help with her cough. Delicately, I placed the flower on the tray, and along with the mug of freshly brewed tea. The smell was overpowering. Maybe she wouldn't be able to smell it? Well, she's not dead, I guess. Ascending the stairs, I could hear Mallory coughing. She wasn't trying to stifle it anymore. I paused on the steps, waiting for her to finish letting it out. A small groan followed the coughing fit. I climbed up the rest of the way of the stairs, plastering what I had hoped was an optimistic expression onto my face. Hey, I'm back. I brought you your soup, in case you have an appetite. Also some tea that helps with the cough. She pulled up the covers to close her face in a poor attempt to hide herself. I rested the tray next to the bed and placed one of the damp claws on her forehead. In the dim light of the bedside lamp, I could see trickles of sweat on her face, neck, and breasts. All right, I was locked into reading that. You didn't need to know that. That part was unnecessary. You could have said chest. Could have said chest. Way to take me out of it. Way to take me out of it, Sad Panda. Come on, guys. You're better than this.
Thank you, but you're doing too much for me.
Oh, man. Please, it doesn't feel like enough. Isn't there anything else I can get for you? Her expression turned into a perplexed one for a moment, and she forced a little smile.
Well, now that you mention it, I could use some tissues.
All right. I've got some in this drawer. Here. Ta-da! All right, out of all the coughs, that was the most visceral cough. That one felt real. All the other ones were like, okay, they're real, but they're definitely like acting coughs. That felt like a real cough. I felt that in my chest. She took the packet of tissues and turned her face away, coughing a wet, guttural cough.
Why are you so determined to take care of me?
Because, I mean, you're gonna die otherwise. I don't want you to die. Her gaze was filled with hope and confusion. I took her hand in mine and gave it a small squeeze. Oh, you can't see because of my stupid big head, but she is holding her hand out, so I guess we're supposed to be holding it. But instead, I'm going to put my big head in her hand. So we're going to do that. You would do the same for me, wouldn't you? Her lips parted and her eyes widened. She gave a soundless nod of reassurance. It's a no-brainer. I care about you and want you to feel better. It's as simple as that. There was a long silence between us then, exchanging our knowing looks with a gentle hand squeezes. I thought about the aspirin, the 20 or 30 pills that had disappeared in the space of a few days. Yeah, we don't want to be questioned by the police. Yeah, if you do die, I don't want to, I don't want to look like I abandoned you. Totally not. Hey, I found the aspirin bottle, by the way. She gasped, pulling back her hand from mine to cover her face.
I'm so sorry. I should have said something sooner.
I mean, yeah, you should have. Was it your leg? Was it for your leg to stop hurting, or did you know you were developing a fever? You know what? It doesn't matter. I placed an order for more. It should be here tomorrow or the next day, I think. I want you to know that I'm grateful to have you here and I care about you very much. Parting her fingers to let her eyes peek through, she slowly lowered her defenses.
I don't want to be sick.
I mean, I don't think anyone does, to be honest, Mallory. I can't think of many people who want to be sick. Maybe like middle schoolers who don't want to go to school. I'm sick. I can't go to school. I know.
I don't want you to get sick.
It's too late for that, Mallory. It's too late. If it is, it is. It's, you know, it's already set in stone. I'm not worried about that.
You can't be near me. You need to stay away.
Did you forget that we kissed last night and shared the same bed? I think it's fine. I stretched out next to her on the bed, my face resting close to hers. I'm staying right here by your side, no matter what. She turned and looked at the tray of soup with water and tea beside it.
What a pretty flower. Where did it come from?
She reached over and gently picked up the scarlet blossom. From my fish garden, or whatever you called it. It must have opened up today. I don't remember seeing it when I fed the fish yesterday. Yeah, our immune system. We got the strongest immune system living out in the woods.
What type of flower is it?
It's fine. A hibiscus. They only bloom for a short while, so we're lucky we got to see it. Oh man. Oh man. Mallory Coonan got MC energy. Oh my gosh. Guys, I think it's a metaphor. Because hibiscus bloom for a short bit, and we have only known her for like a week. So, kinda not looking so good. Not looking so hot right now. She lay there with her eyes closed, with the flower pressed to her nose. The petals make wonderful tea. I will agree, they're very tasty teas. I'll make you some with the other blossoms if you like. Mallory opened her eyes but didn't look at me. She was staring into space, deep in thought. What is it?
Oh, nothing. The rain sounds nice. I think it's making me sleepy.
Oh man, I hope it's not the eternal sleep. Well, we have an ad break, so enjoy your ads, and hopefully Mallory's still alive when you get back from the ads, because I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know if she's gonna... It's gotta be a bad ending, right? Surely there's gotta be a good ending to this game. Sad Panda would never have a true bad ending. You would have a lot of work to get there, but surely we're not gonna have a bad ending. Well, like, that would be the canon. There might be a bad ending, but it's not gonna be the canon one, right? Surely not. If that is, I will look at Sad Panda Studios differently. I really don't want it to be true, though. I didn't quite believe that. It seemed like there was something she didn't want to say, but I couldn't push her now. That's perfectly all right. You have sweet dreams now.
Good night.
Man. I lay there watching her breathe, counting the minutes between each coughing fit, resting my hand on her burning chest so I could feel her heartbeat. I'd been somewhere like this before. My parents. Oh, man. Talking about the parents, too? Man. Why do we gotta do this? Why do we gotta do this? Why can't we just have fun? Why can't we just enjoy ourselves? This is why I'm excited for Soulmates, because Soulmates is going to be silly. It's going to be only silly. There's definitely no serious emotional toll in Soulmates. Definitely not. That's why I'm excited for that. And Professor Layton's only going to have like 1 or 2 deep emotional parts, if any. I don't know. I feel like every game has had an emotional part where it just gets deeper and deeper. So we'll have to see. We shall see. All right. I had been somewhere like this before. My parents. I had tried my best to care for them when they were sick. I'd been so afraid, but I hadn't gotten sick. A part of me almost wondered, even hoped that I'd be immune. Is he immune? I really hope he's not a carrier. But if he is immune, I mean, maybe they could use like his blood or something to help make a vaccine or something. That thought in the back of my mind hadn't eased my fear of strangers, of Mallory when she first appeared in my life. But now now I don't care. Either way, all I wanted was for her to get better. Eventually, I drifted off to sleep too. Man. Infection, chapter 8, 104 degrees. Oh man. All right. Chapter 8, infection, I guess. In the dead of night, something woke me up. The sound of wind, an animal, whatever it was, it had pulled me up out of some dream. I sat up and listened. The night was quiet now, nothing but crickets and white noise. I realized I really needed to pee. I actually need to pee too. Probably should have done that during the ad break, but I'm gonna soldier on. It'll be fine. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. Hope they were fun and entertaining. We brought up the only thing that's really interesting. Well, Mallory went to bed. She fell asleep. And then he mentioned that he had not been like this since his parents. So he was in the room when his parents were like passing on. And he did not get sick. So he is wondering if he's immune. So, but he doesn't want to think about that right now. But it's the middle of the night and something will come up. Also, this chapter, we're on chapter 8 now. It's called Infection. So, sure that only means good things. Carefully, so as not to wake Mallory, I got out of bed and headed downstairs to the bathroom, half asleep in the dark. Once I was done, I went to the kitchen for some water. I stood by the window with my glass, looking out at the sleeping world. I wasn't used to being awake at this hour. It was a little eerie. I glanced up the dark loft where Mallory slept. For a while, her coughing had kept her and me awake, but I'd rubbed her back until we both drifted off. Thankfully, she was sleeping peacefully now and getting the rest she needed. Worry made my stomach sick and made my chest feel hollow. There's no way I'm getting back to sleep now. I paced back and forth for a minute, dragging my hands across my face. I needed a distraction, something to shut my brain down, or at least get rid of this nervous energy. Shaking my head, I went to the desk and dropped into my chair. Computers were usually pretty distracting. I turned on a monitor and pulled out the keyboard, and it was a membrane keyboard. So I didn't have to worry. Okay, I was like, what do you mean? Why do you need to flex the membrane keyboard? That's not worth flexing. Okay, so it didn't make much noise. There were some more emails in my inbox, and one was from a colleague that worked out of Vietnam. The difference would have meant it was late in the afternoon there, so she was probably wrapping up her workday as I sat here in the guitar night. I mean, I'm just getting into character. I'm not tired. That was an acting yawn because it's midnight. My character is sleepy. I'm not. The subject line read, Remini distribution on the way. Let's go. Just hold out, Mallory. Just reading it made my blood boil. I was so sick of these empty promises. And for what? We should read it. You never know. I opened the email anyway, thinking maybe I could find whoever started the vile forwarding chain and send them a piece of my mind. But my curiosity was piqued. The body of the email had a surprisingly official-looking Global Health Authority logo at its top. There were multiple language options. I scrolled through the appropriate section and started to read. Public notice. The worldwide distribution of Pandavax. Really, guys? You're gonna name the vaccine after your company? Pandavax? Come on, man. I get it, but like, man. Fine, guys. Name the vaccine after yourself. Go ahead, see if I care. The worldwide distribution of Pandavax is underway. Please read on for information on how and where to seek treatment. Patients who received Pandavax have a 96% chance of recovering, up from the 45% with traditional medicinal intervention. Right, I wish. Pandavax rollouts are now taking place in med tents set up outside the major hospital locations on all countries and cities listed below. Symptomatic individuals should visit their nearest medical tent as soon as possible for assessment and hospital admission. Hang on, this couldn't be real, could it? I scanned down the list and then I saw it. The name of our city. Is this actually real? Our Pandavax treatment will be administered free of charge with identification requirements relaxed by emergency order of our Pandavax may also have a preventative effect, and individuals who have not been infected may opt to receive I wish I could read. Hi Neon, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Thank you for the random Koyuki. Mallory is dying, but there's a vaccine, so we're gonna see if that works. Selling umbrellas is umbrellas a 5-head move anyways. All right, let's try this sentence again. Individuals who have not been infected may opt in to receive immunizing dose.
Mambo.
I just couldn't read Neon, so my brain shut off. So, thank you for the mambo, guys. I found a mambo like desktop pet, and she's so cute. She like runs around. She says mambo. She'll follow my cursor. It's so adorable. I love it. I love her. I scrolled up and down and searched the screen for some evidence that this was fake, a scam, a lie. I pulled up the internet and searched our Pandavax. At least 100 articles came up, all posted with the last 24 hours. Bulletins from different sources, statements, and researchers' schedules being shared. Mallory! I called up toward the loft of my voice shaking like crazy, my gaze not leaving the screen. I stood up, tremors running through my whole body. Mallory, it's real! Mallory, we have to go now! I don't think it was now. There's no one there at midnight. Maybe there would be. I was dashing up the stairs, staggering toward the bed, ready to pick her up to carry her out of the cabin if I had to. Couldn't believe this. I couldn't believe our luck. I felt like a dream. Could it oh my god, no, there's no way. I reached across the bed for her and she wasn't there. Mallory? I looked around for the dark room wildly. Mallory! The cabin remained silent. My heart pounded. Where was she? I raced back downstairs, calling out again and again. I searched the cabin, throwing open the door to the aquaponics room, the bathroom, the storage room, frantic. Where was she? That's when I noticed something resting on the kitchen table, a small notebook left open. I went and picked it up. The top page had a note with written in purple ink. A lump formed in my throat and stomach twisted.
We both know I have it. My only hope is that it's not too late. That I haven't passed it to you. Because I want you to carry on with your life.
Oh, I have to keep pressing the button.
Don't worry about me. I'm going back home to find out what happened to my sister. Whatever the answer is, I'm comforted to know we'll see each other again soon. I hope you know I would have stayed with you forever. But I'm thankful we had the time that we did. Love, Mallory.
I stared at the letter. No, I'd only just been laying in bed next to her. I only just found out that I might actually be able to help her. Well, I mean, if she's going back to the city, she's gonna find it, right? Because it was at... Oh, but there's no way she's gonna make it back to the city. She's gonna, like, collapse. There's no way she can make it back. Now she was gone? Crumpled the paper in my hand, forming a tight fist. In that moment, I was ready to put a hole in my wall. My heart was racing. I couldn't think straight. Emit. I had to go after her. She couldn't have made it far, not with her leg and how sick she was. I was determined to find her, convince her to come back, convince her that she would... I can't read. Convince her that I want to read. Convince her that we should be together, whatever the circumstances. She needed to know that how I felt about her, how much she meant to me. I raced to get dressed, throwing on a sweater. Hey, that's what I'm wearing. See, that's why I'm wearing the sweater, guys. I told you there was a purpose to the sweater. Not just because it's wintertime. Totally not. Throwing on a sweater and the first pair of pants I found, shoving my feet into some shoes and grabbing the crank-powered flashlight off the side table. There wasn't time to think, I just had to move. I burst through the front door and out onto the porch, nearly tripping down the steps and racing across the muddy lawn, my feet splashing in puddles. I was panting, sprinting, almost blinded blindly through the dark in whatever direction I thought Mallory might have gone. I was through the garden, over the hill, and nearing woods when... Ow! Oh, and the Achilles! Oh! Also, my bro's rocking Converse? What is this, 2020? It is 2020. But like, bro, Converse? I guess Converse are cool. I don't know why I'm hating on Converse. I don't look good in Converse. Ah! Insult and injury. Get caught with your own bear trap. I moved it! Oh, is it because I moved it? Now I got... I bet it's because I moved it. There's no way. So because I moved it all the way back in like chapter 2. Oh my god. It took me a moment to get my bearings and understand what had happened. The trap. What the hell? But no, I'd completely forgot about moving it. How did I let this happen? You see? Oh man, those tricksters. I chose to move it because I assumed that Mallory would step in it again if I didn't move it. Man, I didn't think it would be like this. Oh, dude, I thought I was so big brain on that. They got me. They got me. I sagged against the ground, gritting my teeth. I couldn't let this slow me down. I gathered the strength to push myself up and looked back at my foot. It was my foot that had been caught at a strange angle. I could only assume that it was because of the way I'd been running so fast, practically flying over the slopping ground. Twisted and reached to release the trap, which took a few tries. Finally, I was able to scramble and stand up. The pain in my foot was excruciating. Time to deal with that now. I continued down the path, limping heavily and bleeding into my shoe, calling Mallory's name. As I made my way, I shoved my hand into my sweater pocket and pulled out the flashlight. Same one that had led me to Mallory that first night. I immediately started cranking it, hoping against hope that it would lead to me to her again. But as I entered the trees, I stopped hesitating. Mallory's note said she was headed back to the city to check on her sister. It's likely she's taken a footpath through the woods that she'd taken to get here in the first place. I might be able to catch up with her if I followed, but it depended on how much of a head start she had. I followed the old driveway instead. I'd eventually make it to the highway. It was a longer path, but a more straightforward one. And if I could manage to flag down a car and get a ride, then I might even reach the city before Mallory did. I had to pick quickly. Oh, man, I haven't had any save. I'm gonna make a save. I have. Oh, you only get 3 pages of save slots. Interesting. Very unrenpai of you. Thank you. What do I want to do? I want to keep going down the path. Both options seemed risky, so I took my chances and started down the footpath into the woods. Already I could barely walk. My shoe felt tight and wet. Every step sent pain shooting through my soul, especially on the rugged forest floor. I shone my flashlight back and forth across the ground and the trees, avoiding fallen branches and jutting rocks. The thought of Mallory being out here alone, sickly, without any light, terrified me. I knew I wasn't moving fast enough. I tried to pick up the pace, ignoring the throbbing pain in my foot, breathing hard through my nose. A sudden glimmer caught my eye. I turned and pointed the beam of light toward whatever I'd seen, but the motion was clumsy and I lost my balance. My pant leg caught a jutting branch as I fell, and I felt the fabric tear. Flashlight beam showed me the white tail of a deer as I startled by my fall, dashing into the darkness. I managed to catch myself by grabbing a tree, but leaning heavily against it, shivering cold. With the flashlight beginning to dim, my foot going numb, everything seemed hopeless. My heart ached to be back home, back with her. Just a few hours earlier, that's where I wanted to be. I straightened myself up, stepping back onto the path. Tears clouded my vision. I blinked them away. That was when I noticed the rip in my pant leg. These were the same pants I was wearing the night I met Mallory. I had torn them coming into the cabin. That tear had been fixed with a heart patch. Oh, okay. I thought they were gonna rip the patch. I was like, that would be like symbolic, but that would suck. Actually, I wonder if like if you do this wrong, I wonder if it does rip, and that's like an implication being like you messed up because you ripped the heart. That'd be a cool touch. I remembered Mallory taking the box of clothes, seeing her with a needle and thread as she worked to stitch up the rips and fasten the buttons. Oh, loving patch. Discover the heart that Mallory stitched. Oh, cool. So it looks like there are multiple, maybe not multiple, no, there's got to be multiple endings, but definitely different scenarios that pop up. I still don't think it's branching paths. I think it's multiple scenarios. She hadn't just mended the patch, she embroidered them, left a sweet token of herself and her ability to love and care, of course. My heart swelled and ached. All I wanted to do was cry. Why did this have to happen? Why did I have to lose everyone I ever dared to love? No, I refused to accept it. I stood up, my determination to find her renewed. My body wouldn't comply with my head. It wasn't just my foot now, but most of my leg. Numb, full of pins and needles, interspersed with pain. Each stab knocking my knee out of place and sending me staggering. I wasn't going fast enough. I couldn't go fast enough. I held onto the trees and dragged them in and used them to drag myself forwards, too dizzy to even look where I was going. Slowly, pale city lights grew visible through the brush. The sky was starting to lighten. Mallory. I called for her, but my voice came out weak and dry. I coughed and groaned. Am I gonna die? That's the thing, Mallory's getting back to the city. If she gets back there safe, she will be fine. So am I gonna die and she gets to live? That would be a crazy ending. I felt like I'd never catch up to her. I'd never find her. But there, rising up before me, was the city. I made it? I lived? I survived? How did I get here? They really made me think I was gonna die. If you don't find her, if she dies. That's the thing, Neon. I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared. I don't want her to die. There's a vaccine. She can do it. Finally, I reached the city. The sun wasn't up yet, and the streets were dim and mostly empty. He looked so much more decrepit than I'd imagined. The buildings were totally overgrown. They were broken windows, crumbling bricks. The roads were all cracked apart. She was dead the whole time. No, don't bring this theory back. Don't bring it back, Odie. I don't want to think about it. Are you doing, Odie? Welcome on in. We're about to find out. So all you missed was that Odie got very sick and she's gonna die. Very sad. Rest in peace. No, Mallory got really, really sick. Turns out she's been taking aspirin like all week to hide her symptoms, like a lot. But there's a vaccine. But then she left in the middle of the night and she didn't know. So yeah, we're looking for her. It's fine. Here and there, bits of keep your distance tape fluttered forgotten. The people who were left did not need to be reminded. There was a lot of vandalism too. I walked past one dusty-looking grocery store, which had 3 people lined up outside, each one of them wearing a heavy-duty mask and spaced at least 8 feet apart from one another. No, Odie will be fine. Odie's not gonna die. She's real. Real people can't die. Crazy take. Only fictional people can die. New hot take. I couldn't imagine how tough it must have been on Mallory and her family living there, trying to stay safe and survive in a rundown dump like this. Mallory had said she lived at the top of the tallest building on the street near the planetarium. Thank God I had asked her enough questions to know that. If she was heading back to find her sister, that's where she'd be going. She's a figment of her coordinated mental psyche. Well, you know, if our brains can create someone as cool as Odie, then I am proud of us. That means we're awesome at creating such a cool person. But would she have even made it that far? I wonder what the chances of her were that she'd ended up at a medical center, either on her own or because somebody had decided to help her. After all, if the news bulletin I'd received was true, then she might actually be able to receive treatment. No, she would go to her sister first. Knowing her, she would go see her sister first. But I also want to make a save. See, this is why I saved all my saved slots, so I can do this. Zero Experience Lane. No, don't remind me of that show. I think the more I think about that show, the more I realize how actually dumb that show is. And it's not good. It's too vague to tell a message. It's too vague to have a true, like, message. Besides the basic technology bad, because that's obviously what it's going for. But it's too, like, no show should have to be watched 10 times to understand the message. It should be once, maybe twice to fully understand it. You need to watch it so many times just to get the idea of it. Anyway, we're going to the planetarium. Because she doesn't know about the vaccine. I doubt that she would have ran into anyone. I didn't think Mallory would let anything get in the way of her going home. She was determined to find out what had happened to her sister. So that is where my search had to take me. Too avant-garde to happen again, yes. I mean, I'm glad it happened, to be honest, but I don't ever want something like that happening again. I reached into the back of my memory, trying to get my bearings and figure out which way to go. Planetarium was closer to the river, I knew that. I started down the street in that direction. My head was spinning and I couldn't feel my foot anymore, but I kept on going, leaving bloody shoe prints behind me. Hope was the only thing keeping me going. I treaded over the rubble in the streets, passing the broken hazard signs and empty storefronts, unable to stop myself from imagining the riots that must have taken place here years ago. When the top of the planetarium building came into view, I sprinted the rest of the way. No, you didn't. No, you didn't with your destroyed foot. Don't lie to me. I looked at the buildings that surrounded that one, which was the apartment building that Mallory lived in. I scanned all the windows and all the balconies in sight, looking for some sign of her. I turned in a circle, searching every street corner and bus stop I could see. It was like a ghost town. I tipped my head back to call out for Mallory. That's when I caught sight of a purple figure on the rooftop overhead. Mallory! Mallory, don't move, I'm coming! I didn't even know if she could hear me. I just heard as fast as my body would let me around the building to the fire escape. A dry, rattling feeling was building up in my chest. I could hardly breathe. I reached the top of the fire escape and hauled myself up onto the roof, where I was sure I had seen Mallory. I looked around for her, and for a moment, my body ceased all function, and I could actually feel my heart skip a beat. Where was she? Mallory! The cool breeze blew past, and all I could do was stand there for a few moments, processing everything that was happening.
I'm here.
Oh, she's still alive! You're still alive, Lord Vader. Bring him to me. I turned to find the source of the small, weak voice. Oh my gosh. How did you get here? You were dying a few minutes ago. How did you get here? There she was, at the very opposite edge of the rooftop. Her delicate frame backlit by the gently rising sun. Dark hollows hung under the eyes and her cheeks. She trembled, barely able to hold herself up tight. Then don't sit on the edge of the roof, please. Please.
Why are you here?
She didn't look at me as she spoke, and my throat felt like it was twisting shut. Your letter, I found it, and I couldn't let you go. She listened and continued to gaze out to the cityscape, avoiding my eye contact with me.
You shouldn't be here. It's dangerous for you to be close to me.
She was so out of breath. I approached her slowly, terrified that she would just float away. It is very anime to sit on the roof. I'll give her, the pose looks cool, but like she could faint at any second. That doesn't matter to me now. I care about you too much. When am I going to tell her about the vaccine? When am I going to tell her that you could be cured? I feel like maybe I should start with that. And then tell her that I care about her. Because I do care about her. And I don't care if she's sick and dying. But maybe we tell her first that she's not gonna die. Or at least there's a chance. I love you, Mallory. She turned her face, finally giving me a weak smile.
You dummy. I love you too. That's why I had to leave.
She swayed then, as though turning to look at me made her dizzy, and her body dipped towards the ledge. Please pull her away from the ledge. I am on edge right now, dude. I lunged, panicked, and grabbed Mallory's narrow arms. In one swift movement, I pulled her onto myself and redirected to shift my weight to have her fall into my arms. Gently, I helped her lay down. Jesus, man. Giving me a heart attack, dude. Oh my god. She struggled to keep her eyes open. Whoa. I am corporeal. I'm real. I guess we saw my foot earlier, but that's like my body. That's me. You dummy, you fell for me. Come on, Ronan. That's a good one. That's a good joke, I gotta admit.
I don't have much time left.
You got plenty of time. Let's just get you to the hospital. It'll be fine.
Maybe you're just a dream.
No, Mallory, you don't understand. Seek treatment, just like you promised. That was the achievement I got. There's a treatment. There's a treatment, and it's right here in the city, and I love you. The treatment is love, Mallory. The real vaccine were the friends we made along the way. Don't you see? I could have saved you. Why'd you have to run away from me? She managed to look up at me, her eyes sparkling more than ever.
There's a cure?
I nodded vigorously.
My sister wasn't home. Do you think maybe she managed to get the cure?
Yes. I don't know, man. I always get like conflicted in this is more of like a psychiatrist thingy, but like I always get conflicted where it's like, should you tell someone? I guess the best thing would just be honest and be like, I don't know. Not saying probably not, because it is probably not. Because the cure literally just came out 24 hours ago, and she left her weeks ago. Hey, there is a chance because her symptoms just started, so I guess there is a chance. But I feel like the best would just be honest and be like, I don't know. As false hope is probably not great, but also saying, nah, she's dead is not great either. My shoulders rounded as I fought back tears. Of course, Mallory wouldn't even think of herself.
And you can get it too. It was selfish of me to stay with you. I should have known.
But if you didn't stay, I probably never would have looked at the cure, and you probably would have just, I don't know, died in the forest. Whatever you were doing out there. No, don't start that. She paused, sputtering and coughing weakly. And she tried to smile, but tears washed across her eyes instead.
Promise me you'll take the cure.
Hey, that's not something I need to promise. I was going to do that anyway. I need that. We all need that.
I don't want to die knowing I made you sick.
What do you mean? Her eyes began to close, and I could tell she was starting to fade. No, Mallory, I don't want you to go. I'll carry you down to the hospital right now, or I'll yell until they find us here. I shook her. You can't go, please. I was alone for so long, I forgot what it was like to live. And then you came into my world, and tears began to roll down my cheeks.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You don't need to have any regrets, because having you in my life has been the best thing that ever happened to me, so don't you dare regret anything. Too weak to wipe away her tears, they fell onto the cold concrete blocks we were resting on. A chill breeze blew up the side of the building and carried with it the stale smell of pavement.
Promise me you'll go on. Please. The baby chickens, they need you. promise me.
Yes, I promise. I promise, Mallory. A raven cawed loudly somewhere nearby. All right, let me try that. Oh my god, do that. Okay, Jesus, man. Oh my god. Give me a minute. All right. That hit me. Oh my god. Woo! Okay. Let me power through this. Jesus, man. A raven cawed loudly somewhere nearby. The wind died down and suddenly everything was impossibly silent and still. Mallory's hand slid off my lap and fell into the ground. Slowly I watched her eyes one last time, and a quiet peace fell over us. All of the color had God damn it, dude. All of the color had left her soft cheeks, and I had felt a presence leave me. The sun, oh thank God, they closed her eyes, dude. The sun shone a bright beam of light on us, almost as if we were players in a tragic play caught under the spotlight. Softly, I grazed my hand across her cheek to feel her warmth one last time before she turned cold. Why couldn't I have found her sooner? Because of that stupid bear trap. That stupid bear trap that I thought I big brained. I was like, I'm gonna move it so Mallory doesn't step in it later. I'm so mad, dude. I'm so mad. So mad. That stupid bear crap, man, it's bear crap, literally. That stupid bear crap is the reason that I'm feeling so depressed right now. That's the thing, is I do know what to fix now. I know how to fix it. I just have to play the entire game. Jesus, man. Why? It was a little while before I was able to return to the cabin. As much as I wanted to give up on myself, on everything else, I had made a promise to Mallory. So I went to the med tent and got assessed and admitted for a preventative treatment with the R-Pandavax. They kept a close watch on me over a week before they finally deeming me fit to go home. I went back to the cabin, which didn't quite feel like home anymore. It was still the same beautiful landscape, but couldn't put my finger on what was different. So I just went about my business like normal. The chickens were fine. They ripped open their feed bag and had a feast in my absence, so they were fat and in good spirits. There was a fresh crop of weeds in the garden on the grass, and like Mallory and I had never cleared them all out. Near the front porch, I found a package which looked like it had been left outdoors a little too long, and my heart sank. It must be that order I placed for the drone delivery with a first aid kit, napkin, and I bent over to pick up the package and sat right there on the porch to open it. There was the first aid kit, nicely stocked, the fresh bottle of aspirin, shiny and sealed. And there was the ring I bought for Mallory, the one with the dainty purple stone that reminded me so much of her. Just, just let me just break halfway through that sentence, I'm fine. I'm having a great time, guys. I'm having a great time. Jesus Christ, man. I have to go to work tomorrow, and this is how I'm going to bed. I gotta play this again. I gotta get a happy ending. Jesus Christ, man. Woo! Having a good time. Okay. I stared at it for a while and started talking to myself. What now? I don't know. Wish I had made different choices. Yeah, I know. Don't be no. Shut up, sad panda. Shut up. Shut up. I know I made one wrong choice. That's the thing. I know I made one wrong choice, and that ruined the whole thing. I'm so mad, dude. I will say though, that's the second time I cried at a sad panda one. The other time was Hush Hush, and that was during Cassie's like mom figure. That was tough. Also, it was like the voice acting performance of a lifetime, so that was insane. I mean, it's still not as bad as the. It's still not as bad as the Heavenbirds Red. That broke. I mean, literally, that broke me so much. I have not picked up the game since. That's how bad that game broke me. But yeah. All right. Well, let's keep going. There really wasn't much more to that. I got up and went inside, taking the ring with me, and I put it on a string and wear it around my neck. I decided that I'd make some tea, and then I had to think about it for a minute. I decided I'd do something good. Thanks to science, medicine, and basic compassion, there was hope for humanity again, and I'd be a part of that. It would help the world. We could make things even better than before if I did my best for her. Wait a minute, is that... That's not... No, her name's Generica. There is a ghost girl in Crush Crush. But this, once again, this is a separate universe. Game over. Shut up. Shut up. I'm uninstalling the game. I'm leaving a hate comment. I'm leaving a hate comment on Sad Panda. I'm going to them. I'm going to spam their Twitter being like, you suck. I hate you. Yeah, can we bring her back like Generica? It's fine. All right, continue. Oh yeah, just back to the title screen. Yeah, back to the title screen. Yeah, it's fine. We don't need any credits or... We don't need anything. It's fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good. I'm chilling. Chilling. I'm good. I'm better than good. I'm fantastic. Never been happier to be playing video games. It's so fun to play video games. Video games are so cool. It's not. Don't cope like that. All right. That's the thing, is I know how to fix this. I know how to fix this. I can fix this, I swear. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick because I have been holding it in since I said I was holding it in. I'm gonna use the bathroom and we're gonna come back and we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. And if I don't fix it, I'm looking up a guide. I don't want to think about this. I just want to finish it. So I think I know what to do. I have a few loads. I doubt my loads are gonna... I should have saved every chapter. I don't know why I didn't do that. All my Phoenix Wright training, and I only have 5 save slots. I don't know why I didn't save every chapter. So... All right, I'm gonna be right back, guys. Take a little break, go stand up, walk around, get some water, and we'll be back in a little bit, okay? right. I have returned. I am back with some cookies and a little orange cream caramel. I got a rubber cookie. My workout. I felt. I go all of them. Okay. Okay. I'll do the workout and earn my cookies. No, I have to earn the cookie. Okay. Oh, cool. You guys get to enjoy the Wheelie crab. Is it actually coming through? Yeah, okay. Alright, squat time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright, what's next? Push-ups next. Okay. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Ooh, that last one was a struggle. Really not into this today. Okay. Sit-ups. See if I can do these at least. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. I'm gonna take my hoodie off though. Do not want to cover the Maria hoodie in too much sweat. That's right, I'm wearing the Maria lot. Well, I was wearing it. Hoodie. Go pick up some of her awesome merch. The Uwu Market. Use code E2Amirli for nothing, but it'd be funny if you put it in there, but nothing's gonna happen. But you should buy it. Okay. What did I miss while I was out? Anything interesting besides all that? Punishing me? Oh my gosh. Okay. Got some fun stuff. Doing the Jimbo arc. Yeah, this is what happens when your wife dies. You gotta go to work. You gotta work out. But then you get to eat your cookie. Oh, I'm just cookie. Okay. So, I'm guessing the reason she died is because I moved that stupid bear trap, and that caused me to get stuck. Now, I believe that that was probably chapter 2, chapter 3. And I have a save slot at chapter 3. So I'm going to try chapter 3, see if there's an option to do the bear trap. And if not, then I'll just replay. I will be skipping through all this, kind of like I did with Hush Hush. Or I'm going to skip scenes unless we haven't seen them before. And I'll just try my best to remember. So that's the plan. If this still doesn't work, I'm just going to look up a guide. I don't really want to have to play this multiple times or see any other things, because that was tough. What if you took the highway? Yeah, well, no, because they said it would take longer if I took the highway. That's why I did the back alley. But I'm interested to see. We could try some things. Okay, we might try a few things. We'll try a couple different saves. See if that does anything. Before we just pull out a guide. I don't even know if a guide exists, to be fully honest. So, but let's start with the bear trap, because that was the most obvious choice. So let me go here. And we're going to skip. What was I answering here? Are you angry? No. Okay, here we go. Oh my god, I literally made the save at the perfect spot. I made the save at the perfect spot. Now I just have to skip through 4 chapters. Oh my gosh. Oh, what kind of cookie? I don't really know how to describe it. It's like a hard cookie. Also, we have an ad break coming up here. So enjoy the ads. This should be the last ad break of the night. We're going to get a happy end. We're streaming until we get a good ending. And then when we get a good ending, we're done. I don't think I'm going to do another stream of this. This was really fun, but I'll save my full thoughts till we get a good ending. But anyway, enjoy the ads. You're probably not going to miss much during the ads. I'm going to hit leave it where it is, and then we're going to keep hitting skip until we get back to where we were and see how that changes the story. Anyway, this cookie, I don't really know how to explain it, but it has like kind of like a sugar cookie consistency. They're very small, about 1.5 inches in diameter. There's like a brown part and a white part on top, and then there's like a little chocolate in the middle, like a chocolate sauce kind of thingy. But then there's a cutout of a heart, so you see a chocolate heart poking through, and it's very cute and it's very tasty. All right, so we're gonna leave it where it is. Now I can skip through everything again. Bathroom flash scene, very cool. Flash or jump scare. Mallory in a bathrobe jump scare. Oh no. Oh, she's up soon. Alright, maybe this one take, because there aren't too many choices in this game. You know what I could do? If there's no guide, this is a Ren'Py game. And I've made a couple Ren'Py games. Or at least I know how the engine works. So I could just go to the code and find what I need to do. Oh, that would take a while. That's how we're going. I'm gonna try to keep everything else the same. Oh, this is about the dead chickens. Oh, you know what? I bet. So this is like, we butcher these chickens, I assume. So we're trying to not tell her that, you know, these chickens are gonna die. But I bet if you do answer honestly, she probably doesn't have that little line about the chickens later. So we're gonna change the subject. I'm gonna try to keep everything the same. Maturation. I think I read the spam every time. And I think I flirted back. And then...
What do you want to know?
So I think we asked about our favorite memory here. Attachment.
Good morning, sleepyhead.
Oh, yeah, this is where she was. Yeah. Read the spam again. Ooh, I got a new thing. Glutton for punishment. Read the spam every time. Nice. We're getting all the achievements here. All right. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. We are literally at the exact same part where we started stream today. So right after I click show her how you feel, we're gonna kiss her and then she's gonna die. And then I'm definitely not gonna cry. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, it doesn't get any more insane than watching your literal crush die, or like your lover die in your arms, so I can't imagine a different ending more intense than that. But you never know. All right, so we are gonna kiss her. Okay, no choices here, right? All right, here we go. So we're gonna pick the same options here. Actually, you know what I'll do? Okay, now we have to read the spam. I wonder if you don't read the spam, does the game just end? Or maybe you go out looking with no reason. I bet if you don't read the spam here, you probably just find her somewhere and she just like on the rooftops, and you just don't mention the vaccine, and it's the same ending, but you don't know about that. All right. So I actually am gonna make a save here. Now that I know that this is on the, oh wait, I skipped. I should go back and read the history because this time I did not get caught. I didn't get caught in the bear trap. So let's see. Let me go back and read some of these here. I wish there was like a go back option, but I don't think you can reload like that. I was determined to convince her to come back. Got dressed. It wasn't time to think. Burst out the door. Blah 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 blah. I was on my way. Okay, cool. So they just cut that scene out. Immediately began cranking it. Okay. So we are going to do the same thing, but we're going to see what happens. I don't think too much is going to change, but let's see what happens. Continue through the trees. Okay. Beam. Say Mallory. Foot caught something. Rock. I didn't feel the impact. Did I fall down a hole? A root or a rock. I pitched forwards, the momentum throwing me head over heels, and not in a good way. The flashlight went flying off into the bushes somewhere. Instead of slamming to the ground, I just kept falling. I fell down into a hole? Huh? What is this? I came to and sprawled across the bed of snapped branches, rocks and hard-packed earth. Water trickled in from somewhere. Or from somewhere nearby. A stream or a brook? The sky was still dark and everything hurt. I tried to move, pain stopped me. Something was definitely broken. Managed to crane my neck, blinking my eyes open as wide as I could. The forest slopped up and overhead. A dizzying sight like an optical illusion. Oh no, no. I've fallen into a dark ravine. That's what you get for sprinting through a dark forest willy-nilly. Oh my gosh. Tears clouded my vision. Shut up, brain. Mallory! I tried to move again. I tried harder. Where is this beam? What is this beam? I threw my flashlight. I tried to move again. I tried harder. I couldn't get up, but my leg twitched as I noticed that rip in my pant leg. These were the same pants I'd been wearing the night I met Mallory. Okay, so these are the same thing. Do we get to see the thing? Oh, we don't get to see it this time. Okay, so this time we don't actually get to see the embroidered heart that she left. Interesting. All right, this is all the same. I came to an understanding that I had no hope of reaching Mallory. Laying cold and broken at the bottom of the forest ravine, I cried. I'm sorry, Mallory. So sorry. All I had now were thoughts of her that would become of us. Maybe I'll see her again. I'll become a ghost or something. What if I can only haunt this specific forest ravine? Dang. Oh, screw you, man. Screw you with this silly music. Alright, this was funny. So because I ran through the trees, I just die. I fall in a hole and die. Cinema. Alright, that was funny. I'll give him that. That was a funny one. You just die. Okay. Alright, so I guess this time we're gonna go for the highway. Both options seemed so risky. I took my chances and started down the driveway toward the main road. So now we should be good. We should be good. I guess unless there's a new option that I don't know of here. Because we have all the correct information. Literally the only thing I messed up was that bear trap. So I guess the reason I didn't die, or the reason I made it through is because my foot was hurt and I was able to slowly go through so I didn't trip. I ran as fast as I could. The light from the flashlight bobbed and bounced ahead of me, lighting up the potholes and stones for me to dart around on over. Within minutes, I was in the turn where the driveway met the main road, with the high mast lights towering over me. The road itself was desolate, of course. A few people traveled anymore. Still, as I jogged along the shoulder in the direction of the city, I kept on cranking my flashlight, swinging it back and forth and off, on the off chance that anyone might come along and see me. A stitch began to form in my side. Stitch? Making each footfall painful. A stitch? Did I hurt myself? I don't think I did. Maybe it's like a mental stitch. Please, is anyone out there? My adrenaline had worn off, and now there was a hollowness inside. Dude, if I die, I swear to God. I swear to God. I can only pray that the same guy who did the Hush Hush guide also did a Cabin Fever guide, because the guy who did the Hush Hush guide is like a legend. I love that guide. It was so good. Oh, let's go. We got a car. But then, as my desperate voice had summoned it, or as if my desperate voice had summoned it, a car appeared in the distance. Is it a Ford Anglia? Is it moving on its own? I'm scared. I heard it before I saw it, and when I saw it, I started waving my arms, frantic once more. Stay away from each other, said my brain. Shut up, that's not important right now. The car was getting closer, and its headlights glaring. I jumped up and down and waved the flashlight, calling out, Stop, please, stop, I need help. The car began to slow. I hurried towards it, believing it was about to come to a stop. But after a brief hesitation, the car sailed past, picking up speed and leaving me to watch its taillights fade. Oh, thanks. I fell to my knees, exhausted and hopeless. And once I had caught my breath, I got up and started jogging again. Keep going for Mallory, just keep going. It wasn't too long before I heard the hum of another vehicle coming down the road. I started waving my flashlight back and forth once again. Maybe this time? What the heck? How insulting. What an insulting sound effect. What an insulting car horn to put in this game, man. Thanks? To my amazement, this car actually slowed to a stop, honking as it did. It had one of those cheery, ridiculous musical horns. Oh, thank you, finally. I stopped, leaning on my knees to catch my breath. The driver of the car had reached over and rolled down the window, revealing himself to be a sweet-looking old lady with a thick bottle. Oh my God. With bottle-thick glasses perched on her nose.
Hello, dear. How can I help you?
Oh my God, that's Mio's voice actress. That was in my ear. Hi, Mio. That is the voice actress of Mio. It sounds like her, at least. She's the gamer girl in Crush Crush. I'm trying to get to the city. Could I maybe have a ride? I promise I'm not sick. I couldn't believe what I was saying. I was saying this, even though I didn't know. I could have caught the virus from Mallory easily. I could be a carrier. Oh, there you go. He said carrier. I could spread it. I could.
Goodness me, I'm not worried about that. Climb in, dear.
It's so good to hear Mio. I genuinely love her. And she has like she has a gaming channel or a Twitch channel where she streams as Mio the character. She's really fun. I recommend Mio. She's cool. I think her channel is just Mio channel. She's cute. Relief flooded me. I climbed in the car, which smelled like a toffee. Oh, speaking of toffee, I got a caramel to eat. I still feel sad. This is what I do when I feel sad. I climbed into the car, which smelled like toffee and knitting, and pulled the door shut behind me. A sweet old lady in her floral dress leaned forward over their steering wheel, and we carried on down the highway.
So tell me, dear, what's got a nice young thing like you in such a tizzy?
It's my friend. Oh, boo. Boo. I don't know, though. Is that something, as someone, I date all the time, obviously. Totally. I'm just asking for your sake. That's always like a thing. It's like, I feel like if you kiss someone, does that necessarily mean you're a girlfriend, boyfriend thingy? I guess not. I know I've never done that. Like I feel like I've always made the distinction before I've ever kissed someone. I don't know what would happen if that happened before. I don't know. I guess you just talk it out. That's probably a case by case. I don't know. I'm trying to set a hard rule. Probably just case by case. Anyway, all right. She's my friend. She's in the city and she's sick. I need to get to her. I just can't lose her to this dang virus.
Oh, well, it's not a virus. You know that, don't you, dear?
What? I looked at her confused. Sorry? No.
It's not a virus. It's an allergy.
Oh. It's an allergy?
Does a sharply dressed bear poop in the woods? Yes, it's an allergy. Sure as the earth is flat.
Ah, okay. I see. Imagine, now this would be kind of funny if this was the same universe as Crush Crush, but it takes place in the future of Crush Crush. So since this game takes place in 2020, Crush Crush, if it took place 80 years before, no, it couldn't. I was trying to make this person be Mio as an old lady, which would be really funny. If you were this flat. The what? Wait, you think the Earth is flat?
Getting flatter every day, dear.
Stupid old lady? Oh, come on, man. That's so mean. What the heck? That was crazy.
I myself have quite a rash from all the flattening.
I stared at the road straight ahead. Okay, just ignore her. In a few more minutes, you'll reach the city. That's what's important.
And speaking of, dear, do you know what rhymes with flat Earth? Cat Earth. That's right. The cats have known all along.
Okay. Good point. You can just drop me off near the hospital and I'll go from there. We're getting close here, right?
Heavens to Betsy. You don't expect me to drive on the main roads, do you?
Why not? She looked appalled that I would even ask her such a question, and I was getting frustrated. You realize we're on a main road now, right?
What?
The old lady gasped, slamming the brakes and spinning the steering wheel left towards the trees. I shouted. Suddenly, we were careening across the shallow ditch into the woods. The old woman kept jerking the wheel back and forth as she pressed the pedal closer to the metal. Stop! Stop! We hit something hard. What is this end? What is this path? What is this? We hit something hard. I felt it rattle. Threw me beneath the car. And seconds later came the crunching impact of the crash. In terrifying slow motion, I saw the hood in the windshield buckle and crumple towards me. Then there were only darkness. That was a terrifying sound. Then there was only darkness and the broken sputtering of the sound of that ridiculous horn going off. What a stupid way to go. Did I die? Death by flat earther. What am I supposed What am I doing, man? Oh, that was so dumb. How is the one ending like I regretted living? And all of the other ones I regret living for various different reasons. Drastically different reasons. Both of these, all these endings I've regretted. It was seriously painful, but all horribly different pain. Cool. Was there any other options? So this one I head for the highway. Let's see were there any options? Okay, you just die. Okay, so we try going there. All right, let's try. Ooh, wait a minute. If I go here, so this is the route where my foot is broken. It is because I ate the cookie, for real. If I go to the highway with my broken foot, I could barely walk on my injured foot. My shoe felt okay. But if I go to the road, will that first person? Oh no, you just skipped that whole scene. It took longer than it should have, but as soon as I soon I met the driveway that meant the main road. The road itself was, of course, okay. Staggered to meet anyone. Thought of Mallory. Please, is anyone out there? Okay, it did summon a car. You're supposed to stay away from people, my brain reminded me. Shut up, stupid. Okay. Will this person stop because my foot is broken? Car began to slow, stumbled towards. Ooh, the window rolled down. The driver peered out and saw my bloodied foot and gasped. Okay. Maybe I did need to move the... Maybe I'm not going to need a guide. I mean, if there's too many decisions, I will just get a guide because I don't even know. I gotta look for one. Yeah, I hope that this guy doesn't just kill me. Dude, what if this guy is like also a flat earther? He doesn't crash the car, he just kills me for arguing with pulls out a gun. I only help people who believe the earth is flat. Like, no, come on. The window rolled down and the driver peered out and saw my bloodied foot and gasped.
Oh my god, what happened to you?
I'm trying to get to the city, please. I'm hurt, and she's... I couldn't even say it. How could I explain?
Get in, I'll take you to the hospital.
Who's this? This is probably one of the Crush girls. I wanted to cry. I hopped to the passenger door and climbed in. By car, as city rose up around us within minutes. As we moved through the dim pre-dawn streets, I looked out at the place I'd hoped I'd never return to. So much more decrepit than I thought, or than I'd imagined. Okay, this is the same thing. Keep your distance, vandalism. I'm gonna dump. Okay, now we're here. The hospital came into view pretty quickly. I thanked the driver profusely for the ride, hopping out of the car almost before it had even fully stopped. When he saw the med tent erected in the street outside the hospital, I almost couldn't believe my eyes. It existed, just like the email bulletin said it would. But there was hardly anyone around. A medical worker decked out in PPE emerged from the tent, holding a clipboard looking around. A man with a small child called out from several feet away, and the worker began asking questions I couldn't hear. This is how they were saving the world, quietly with an eerie calm? Daring to hope, I looked around for Mallory. If by some miracle she had made her way here, then maybe everything would actually be okay? I spotted another small group lingering nearby. I lurched toward them. I'm looking for a girl. Her name is Mallory. Her hair is long and white. She's wearing purple. I moved from person to person, pleading, but no one had an answer for me. All of a sudden, I heard a faint squeal of a megaphone, a voice cracking over the near-empty street.
If you are awaiting preventative care,
I know her.
we ask that you remain patient while we triage symptomatic individuals.
Oh my god, what is her name?
If you are currently experiencing symptoms like fever, headache, fatigue, or dry coughing, or have recently been in close contact with someone who is, please proceed to the screening area for assessment.
That's the cop. I forgot her name. Fumi, Detective Fumi. Well, in Hush Hush, she's a detective. But I think in Crush she's a time traveling detective, because they can, or not, is she? Yeah, she is time traveling. Or maybe she's just a no, she's definitely a detective. The medical worker was showing the man and child to the med tent now. I staggered over. Did you see a very sick girl and dressed in purple? The medic looked at me, startled.
I'm sorry, no.
Oh, it's Fumi.
Who is she?
That just is Fumi. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. That is Fumi, right? No, Fumi has red hair. That's her eyes, though. That is her same face shape and eye shape, but her eyes are blue and her hair is long red. Interesting. I really thought that they could have tied this together, because she is a time traveler. So she literally could be time traveling from a different point in time. Is she Mallory's sister? That is a good point. I did forget that Mallory's sister is probably alive for lore reasons. I wanted the tie-in to Crush, but unfortunately, you're being very realistic. And actually, that's a way better tie-in than my I don't know why I jumped to time traveler instead of her sister. Ah, I see. Thank you for bringing me back down to earth, Odie. My theories are too far. You're a time traveler too. That's true. That is true. Maybe I'm always have time traveling on the mind. Anyway.
And have you been in close contact with this person?
Yes, we kissed. if she's not here, can you help me find her? She's really sick, and I need to find her and bring her here.
If you've been in contact with an infected individual, then the most important thing right now is for you to get assessed and admitted for treatment. You do understand how rapidly the virus proliferates. The sooner we can begin treatment, the better your chances will be.
So,
please, follow me.
everyone but Mallory has the loudest voice in the world. I'm gonna turn this back up. But no, I have to...
Please. Right now, you are potentially shedding the virus in a public space. You need to enter the med tent.
I mean, there's more evidence to point that this is Fumi, but she is very dominant in every universe, in Hush Hush, in Crush Crush, and here. I mean, they never gave us her sister's name. Maybe Fumi is Mallory's sister. I gotta stop. I looked around the near empty street. I wanted to keep arguing, but what could I say? The medic must have seen the pain and hopelessness on my face.
I will try to find out about your friend. Now, please. I need you to enter the med tent.
Why don't I give her a name? Insist on getting Mallory. Ooh, wait, if I say Mallory, that'll probably do something, right? So this route, I went down the path with the broken ankle. Okay, I cannot rename save files. Yeah, if I say Mallory, will she perk up? Can't stop until I find her. Please, there's no... Okay, never mind. There's no one here, but she's somewhere. And if I can find her and get her back in time, that's a life saved. The men looked kind of lost. I was already backing away, getting ready to start running again. My broken foot. If Mallory wasn't here, she had to be at the planetarium, or at least on her way to it. I think I probably messed this up.
Wait! Don't go yet.
The medic disappeared inside the tent. A couple of people who had been waiting nearby moved closer, hovering. It was probably wrong of me to race ahead of them, demanding the lone medic's attention, but honestly, whatever. It wasn't as though there were crowds and crowds of people waiting for aid. The only thing I cared about was Mallory. The medic re-emerged holding a bulky handset.
Take this. It's a satellite phone.
Ooh.
We have a few of them for contacting other med centers.
Oh, let's go. I think we got it. Did we get it?
As soon as you find your friend, call us. If we know where you are, we might be able to send help.
Oh, come on, man. I can't deal with another scene of Mallory dying, because I think we've definitely unlocked another Mallory ending. But if it's her dying again, I'm gonna... A wave of gratitude washed over me as I took the sat phone. I definitely didn't have to be told twice. Time had never been of more the essence. Thank you, thank you. I was already hurried away, almost in disbelief at this blessing. I carried on down the street, calling Mallory's name. Though everything seemed deserted, there were a handful of people around who would turn to look at me puzzled. They avoided my path, and I avoided theirs. I reached back into my memory, trying to get my bearings and figure out which way to go. Okay, here we go. So we're back here again. Head is spinning, couldn't fit on foot. Hope was the only thing keeping me going. Went over. All right, we see her. She's on the roof. Now, can we make it up? Mallory. Okay. Please. Where are you here? I found it.
You shouldn't be.
Where is the walkie-talkie? Please, come on, man. This has got to be it. This has got to be it. I can't watch her die again.
You dummy.
Okay.
I don't... maybe... there's...
Can I call? Why am I not calling? Why am I not calling? I'm calling right now. Someone's going to come. Let's go. The phone was in my hands. My thumbs poised over the stiff tactile buttons. The number had been printed on the med tab, but what was it? Oh, you wait. This is why I make a save, because there's no way I can read that. Wait, no. Here's what I do. Watch and learn. That's so mean. That's so mean, by the way. This is so mean. I hate this, but I also kind of love this. So I'm going to make a save. I'm going to make a save here. And now I'm going to load this game. All right, 555-848-332. Now I'm gonna go back and load this. Bam, I'm such a cheater. Let's go. Yes, that was it. Thank you, brain. Close call, remember the phone number. Pretty impressive. Yeah, I'm so impressive. I didn't just cheat the system. Let's go. Mallory's not dying today. And thank you, brain. I thought as the rings started to go through. You're welcome, replied my brain as more rings went through. Yeah, brain, totally. Definitely brain. I mean, it was a different part of my brain. It wasn't the memory part, but it was the critical thinking part. So I did technically use my brain, just not the way they wanted. I started to worry. No one would pick up, but then finally someone did. I didn't know if it was the same medic who'd given me the stat phone, but either way, I immediately started rattling off every detail I could about where we were and how to get here. And I threw the phone down and wrapped my arms around Mallory. Someone's coming. Help is coming. All I could do for now was hope that they would get here fast enough.
It was selfish of me to stay with you.
It's the same line. No, don't start that. I'm skipping through this because I don't want to cry again. Alright, stay with me. We're gonna get you help. Everything's gonna be okay. Far below, I heard the rumble of a vehicle pulling up and a door popping open and a distant voice. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, you guys are too kind. Stop it, guys. Stop it. Oh, you guys are too kind, guys. Stop it. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. All right. All right, let's finish this off with a bang, guys. Thank you for all the redeems. Oh my gosh, you guys went crazy. I do. Oh my gosh, you guys are going crazy. Yay, she's alive. Oh gosh, I haven't heard this one in a while. I forgot how loud that one was. She's alive. I really can't believe how quickly they just snapped out of it. Or like, and we're here. All right. God, I'm so happy, dude. All that suffering was worth it. And I didn't even need a guide. I might look up a guide to see if there's any like different endings or like anything worth replaying. I mean, I already went through the worst one. I don't think dying in your arms like I said, I don't think it gets any worse than she dying in your arms and then having to live the rest of your life. So I don't think it gets any worse than that. So let's enjoy. We suffered, we cried. Let's enjoy this. I swear to God, if she died, do you imagine like you trip over the bear trap again on your way home and you die? Like, no. It was 2 weeks before Mallory and I were finally able to return to the cabin. Mallory had spent most of the time quarantined receiving a breakthrough Pandavax treatment, which carried her gently back from the brink of death. I received a preventative treatment as well, and was monitored closely for symptoms. Finally, we were discharged, and we found our way back home, where all the leaves were gold and red, and mountains had snow on their peaks. The first thing we did was check on the chickens, only to find that they had torn open their feed bag and had themselves a feast while we were away. They were very fat and happy to see us. We took a careful stroll around the rest of the property, too, just to make sure that everything looked okay, to make note of any issue I needed to deal with. Then, we were about ready to head inside. Near the front porch, we found a package, which looked like it had been left out. Oh my God. I'm gonna cry for other reasons. Let's go. I hope it is what it is. It must be that order I placed for the drone delivery with the first aid kit, the aspirin, and... My voice trailed off.
It feels like 1,000,000 years ago.
Man, it's so good to see you alive. I sat down on the porch step and opened the package, hardly able to wait. Ignoring the first aid kit and the aspirin bottle, I pulled out the smart cardboard box. I knew I would have Mallory's ring inside. I looked up at her, suddenly a little nervous. I have a gift for you.
A gift? Really? What is it?
I grinned at how cute she was. I held the box up to her and she danced a little as she took it. She lifted the lid to peer inside.
Oh my goodness. It's so pretty.
Okay, I was gonna worry. I was like, I know it would have been cliche to ask her to marry me. I'm kind of glad he's not. I mean, maybe he is, but I'm kind of glad it's just like a relationship ring. They'd be like, I mean, that's a crazy thing to get through. Obviously, I think they're gonna get married. We are gonna get married. I can't say that. I still love Peanut way more, but I'm glad they didn't go with that cliche. We'll see. It reminded me of you. Also, this is kind of funny because, like, yes, this is really wholesome. This is very sweet. But he did just buy a ring off Amazon. Why wouldn't you marry her? Well, I love Peanut. I'm just saying, I'm glad they didn't because, like, it's only been, like, a month. I guess, no, maybe a month is probably enough time to marry someone. It depends. It depends. Unless she cheats on you with the MC from Crush Crush. Oh, you're right! No, because oh shoot, you're right though. No. Because in Crush Crush, Mallory trips on the bear trap and she doesn't get caught in the bear trap. She trips and falls into a portal which sends her into the Crush Crush universe. So the Mallory in Crush Crush is a different Mallory in this game. Or a branching timeline. It's probably a branching timeline. So, technically, this Mallory has never met the MC from Crush Crush and never will. Because Crush Crush Mallory met the MC right after the bear trap incident. Because she fell into a portal, if I have that correct. Yeah, the cope is real. But if I can use the copium to create a multiverse story, I will do it. Her eyes looked so shiny, she smiled and leaned down to kiss me. Try it on.
Okay.
She took the ring out of its box. Oh man, it's so nice to finally see this, because I used this in that short I made of her. And it's nice to see the context. She took the ring out of the little box and slid it onto her narrow finger. I totally guessed her ring size, but luckily it was a perfect fit. She tilted her hand back and forth, smiling at the silver bow glistening in the stone, and the glistening stone. Seeing her so happy made me happy. I love you, Mallory.
I love you too.
Feels good to say it when you're not in a life or death situation, am I right? She giggled. We went inside together, and for a long while we just enjoyed each other's company. We ate, we talked, we laughed, and held each other. When the sun dropped below the horizon, the sky grew dark. I thought back to what Mallory had told me about her love of the stars. What'd you say if I asked you to spend the evening stargazing with me?
I would say I know the most perfect spot.
The planetarium. Let's go back in the city. No, I'm kidding. I felt my grin get even bigger. I'll grab some blankets. Meet me up there?
Sure.
It's like 1 in the afternoon, guys. The stars are, there's only one star visible right now, and it's the sun. Oh, you mean? A few minutes later. A few minutes? Nah, okay. I'll whatever. Oh, look at her sitting on the thing. She's so cute. She's so pretty. A few minutes later, I climbed up on the roof with a big blanket folded over my shoulder. Mallory sat waiting for me, watching me with those beautiful eyes and the sweetest smile. My heart felt warmer than it ever had. The pain and loss we'd experienced would always be there, but now there was also the joy to be felt. So much joy and so much life to be lived. There would always be sorrow and endings, but for like a sunset or a flower, the impermanence? What? Impermanence? What a word. Impermanence. So like, yeah, not permanent. Okay, the impermanence of this very moment. Oh, she's looking at us. Hello. Was exactly what made it so valuable. I went to sit with Mallory under the stars. ... We did it! The stars are aligned. Live happily ever after. We did it! Well... Oh, I don't need a screenshot because I actually used that picture as a thumbnail for one of my videos, or for the thingy. Guys, we did it. We beat it. That was a path to get there. But I really, really enjoyed that. And you know, I'm always worried when you have visual novels. Like, for example, with Hush Hush, which is a much, much, much more in-depth game in like how to beat it. There's no way you could have beaten that game without a guide, really, truthfully, if you want the true ending. But that I really liked. I granted this was pretty small, it was pretty short, but I really liked that I didn't need a guide. Every time I needed to make a decision or I needed to change it, I knew where to go. Even if I didn't have all those saves pre-made, I still don't think it would have taken me that long. Like, I knew exactly what to change, and that's honestly, I can't remember the last visual novel that had multiple routes or choice endings, you know? I guess you call them point endings. That was this clear to understand. So this was really well done, really well made. I had no, like, there was no point when I was like, how am I gonna beat this? I was like, well, let me try this, and then that didn't work, but then I knew what the next one was. It was really cool. But yeah, that is Cabin Fever. I really loved it. This, like I said, this was Sad Panda Studios' first visual novel, and I think they nailed it. I think they did a good job, because they had made Crush Crush before this. I think I'm glad that they made this fully independent of the Crush Crush universe. Yeah, there are references, but it's like, the only reference is like the studio, so Pandavirus or whatever, the Pandavax or whatever they said. And I think they mentioned an idle game on my phone, but there was no like girls. As much as I wanted to joke about the medic, I don't think that was actually Fumi. None of the girls are actually in this game. I think that was a good idea, because that way there was no like expectations, nothing to play off, just like a nice original story. And I was also a little worried, because this is definitely a pandemic story. I don't know if you saw like a bunch of like a pandemic apocalypse movies and stories came out during it. Not all of them are good, because it's like, okay, they're very much just, it's clearly just the COVID-19 thing, you know? But this one, I mean, yes, it was called Vivid 19, which is very much a reference, but I feel like this could have came out before that. This could just be a standard pandemic, like, apocalypse before any of the lockdown and any of that. Because I was worried that it was going to be like, oh, it's just going to be filled with references and all that stuff. And there were a few, but it didn't feel like overwhelming. I was incredibly surprised by the huge amount of eco-friendly stuff and like clean living. There was so much like education, like the aquaponics, the self-sufficient cabin, the solar panel, like really surprisingly educational. Obviously I wouldn't use this as like a teaching tool, but I was really surprised at how integrated that was into the character. It didn't feel like preachy, you know, like we should all, you know, stop using fossil fuels. It just felt very reasonable. Like this guy was like, this is what would happen if something like this happened. This guy would turn self-sufficient, and he wasn't like annoying about it. He's like, this is just how I have to live. And that was really cool, because he got to learn something and it didn't feel preachy, you know? I didn't feel like it was like this whole game isn't about clean energy. It's just part of his character, and that's really nice. I like that a lot. Yeah, fleshed out setting. Very, very well done. E2 Neon. In honor of this W, Name my firstborn E2? No, 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 don't do that. Don't name someone E2. But yeah, name someone Mallory. That'd be cute. Speaking of Mallory, I love that. That was a really cool character. I really like this. Very educational and feeling very environmentally inspired, yeah. And I mean, they did make me cry. So that's the second time a Sad Panda game. I don't think Crush Crush or Blush Blush are gonna make me cry, because that's not the kind of game they are. If you've ever played them, it's not really trying. It's just like a silly fun game. But that, I mean, like I said, it's pretty hard. It's pretty intense to have the person you love die in your lap. So that was pretty intense. And you know, even though it was a short game, they did a really good job helping me connect with Mallory and the character. So that was really, really well done. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. That was an intense ending scene. Those silly joke endings, bad endings, were really funny. As stupid as they were hilarious. A perfect, like, I'm surprised I didn't get one before. Like, I'm surprised that the first one, I kind of like figured I was gonna get a bad ending first, because that's how these games go. But I was surprised I didn't get any joke endings. I only got the serious bad ending. And that sucked, man. It was good, but man, that tore me up. So I don't even think, because in Hush Hush, I kind of like what they did in Hush Hush better. Because I mean, that's a lot. This is just one. There's just one ending, and it hits. You saw how hard it hit me. And then even after with like the ring and everything, that was, you know, that was tough. But in Hush Hush, there's 5 girls. So watching that 5 times for each different girl would probably be way too much on the emotional toll. And what they did instead was they put emotion, instead of on their death, which there was fear of death in that game. Any of the girls could die, you could die. But all of the deaths were silly. Like, they were real and very intense, but the ending was like goofy, you know, to take away some of that emotional weight. And they put that emotion on the scenario surrounding the girl, which was obviously, I think that was way better for Hush Hush. But I think it worked better here, having the emotional weight. Obviously, there was like a lot of emotional parts when she's talking about her childhood and her past and her mom and her sister. And then a little bit with the main character too. But obviously the big emotional moment, that was big. And then having it play out there after you live. So they did a great job. The writers at Sad Panda Studio, I think it was the writer. I think it's just like a couple of guys. Let's look at the credits here. Yeah, writers Morgan Long and Rebecca Shealy. I'm pretty sure they write most of them. They're incredible. Oh, Morgan Long. She must, is that, I think that's Mio, right? Dr. Weiss? Alyssa Parks. Okay. So I think this was Dr. Weiss is that's Fumi. So additional voice must have been Morgan Long. The cat. Yeah. This is oh man, I didn't realize it was, oh, that's even sadder now that I realized who it is. So obviously this is Mio, the cat. She did pass away. I didn't realize, and Mio, the character, is named after the cat. I didn't realize that Morgan, it was Morgan's cat, which obviously is pretty intense because Morgan voices Mio. So Morgan is basically voicing her cat. That is tough. But yeah, rest in peace, Mio. I mean, that was years ago, but still. Who did the music though? Music and trailers, Screen Hog Studios. I also love that the programmer is just called Programmer Panda. There is no name for them. But yes, I loved this game. This was a really, really nice in-between game. I hope you enjoyed. I did pause the ads because we're gonna end here. So I don't know when we're gonna play the next Sad Panda game because it's a Halloween game and it came out 2 months ago. It's probably gonna be a while. And next I'm gonna have to boot up the emulator. I mean the official DS, totally. And we're gonna be taking on Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. So stick around for that. The top half is coming back. The horrible British accent is coming back. And our favorite dad is coming back on Mondays. But I really, truly hope you enjoyed Cabin Fever. This was fun. I mean, Sad Panda Studios, you always knock it out of the park. Keep making visual novels. Keep doing it. Keep making everything. I don't care. I'm gonna keep playing Crush Crush forever. So, or at least until I get too old. But please making these. Hey, if you want a voice actor, let me voice in the next Sad Panda game, please. I want to be a part. Make me a Blush Blush character. I will gladly voice the character of Blush Blush. No, I'm kidding. Well, I'm not kidding, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm gonna end it off here. Wednesday, we're going to, yes, Odie. Put Odie in too. Put us all in. We're gonna go and end off here. Wednesday, we're gonna be playing some Blue Archive. I believe there's the new event. I don't know if you're still here, voice, but there's the new summer event that's coming out. The 4.5 year anniversary is coming out soon. So we're gonna be, I think we're starting that. If that's not out yet, I'll just be doing some relationship quests. So should be fun. I still don't know what I'm gonna stream on Saturday. I kind of want to start a new game. I haven't decided yet. I need to figure some things out. But yeah, stay tuned on the Discord, on the Twitter. Also, you want a quick, tiny little thing that I'm gonna be announcing tomorrow? New song. I'm doing a new cover, Christmas cover. It's coming Saturday before my stream. I'm gonna premiere it on my main YouTube channel. So there you go, a little surprise. New Christmas cover this Saturday. This Saturday. Nerdy robotics engineer and Odie the badass. Yeah, you could be Iro. You'd be a fun Iro. Oh man. All right. I want to raid my friend Sarah Azura. I don't get to raid her too often. She's playing some Hollow Knight Silk Song, so we're gonna go check out some Silk Song. Go say hello. Thank you all for hanging out today. I appreciate you all watching this game with me. And I'll see you next time. Don't die. Don't get a virus. My parting words. Don't get the virus.